Okay, so this is my redone version where it's saying ranking the most peaceful Avatar eras. But my addition, it's my thing. And I'm gonna be going with the other direction, starting at number one, Avatar Roku. He had it way too peaceful. And no, yes, I know. I read the Roku comics. I still stand by it. He had it pretty daggone easy. If anything, he should thank Kyoshi. Coming in at number two, I know, y'all Korra defenders. Yes, Korra is number two as one of the most peaceful Avatar eras. Because, like I said before, a lot of her problems were avoidable. It wasn't no immediate danger. No matter what y'all say about Amon or Unalaq, a lot of those situations wouldn't happen if Korra didn't either intervene or there was an immediate world-changing threat. And no, I am not calling the villains weak. Do you hear me? I'm not calling them weak. Before you type, go to part two. Okay, the part two that you've been waiting for. Yes, I am not calling Korra's villains weak whatsoever. Because I don't know why y'all assume I said weak when I said these problems were avoidable. Avoidable. Yeah, sure, the Equalists had some influence. They were Equalist rallies. Not entire country taking over type situations. The whole bender versus non-bender dispute is a tale as old as time. It always happened. And Amon didn't just wake up and start the Equalist rally as soon as Korra touched down. No, he been doing this for a while, and he haven't gained that much traction where it takes over the entire area. No. So if she stayed at that compound, that Equalist rally could have been avoided. The Equalists as a whole could have been avoided. And in the meantime, Korra could have gotten stronger. Do y'all understand what I am saying? In the entire Unalaq situation, y'all know that's avoidable. Honestly, all Korra had to do was listen to Tenzin, her father Tonraq, and Mako, and saying like, oh, I shouldn't, trust this guy I just met again, even though he's family. I just met and got acquaintance with, and who also disrespected my teacher and my father on a public scale. Maybe I should just listen to the people that have been looking out for me since season one, and the father who has been looking out for her since birth. In other words, that's 100% avoidable because Unalaq needs Korra. Now, season 3 and 4 were unavoidable because, the Red Lotus was strictly after Korra, and Kuvira was becoming a major, large threat. So, yes, she had to step in because Kuvira was a nation threat, and she had to do her job as the Avatar and try to step in. But still avoidable because if 1 and 2 didn't happen, 3 and 4 definitely wouldn't happen. And that's true because we witnessed the chain of events. Now, in regards to peaceful Avatar eras, I have to put Kyoshi at number 3. A lot of this stuff was handled by Yun before Kyoshi popped on the scene. Like, Yun handled a lot of stuff as the quote-unquote false Avatar. Especially if you read the book, like, he handled a lot of stuff quite well. Like, yeah, Kyoshi went through her stuff throughout the world and, things of that nature, but that's how the world is, whatever. But in regards to Kyoshi, a lot of the major threats, avoidable. But that's until, like, much later on in regards to, Chin the Conqueror and these other people here and there, which I'll fill in some Kyoshi video I'll do in the future. But a lot of her threats she was able to deal with, and there was a good amount of peace for a good period of time, especially given with how long she lived. But Avatar 1 era is kind of tricky because, humans and spirits were kind of beefing, but at the same time, humans knew, like, hey, don't go over there because, they're spirits, which makes that primary threat kind of avoidable. And the reason that I have him so high at number 4 is a lot of the war and stuff that that happened, that he had to keep constantly fighting wars between humans and all this stuff for years, all the way until he died. It could have been avoidable if he didn't intervene between Raava and Batuu. That's it. It could have been avoided. See, I don't know about y'all, and maybe it's because we're not from the Avatar world, but if I see two giant spirits fighting as hard as they can, I'm gonna let it be. I'm not intervening whatsoever. I'm getting out of the way.
And to the best of my knowledge, we all managed to avoid getting peed on so far. At what point does personal responsibility become a factor in this equation?
Because let's be real, who in their right mind is breaking up a fight between two giant behemoths the size of a mountain? I see two spirits fighting, I move. He saw two fighting spirits, and he got in the way.
See piss coming, I move. She saw piss coming, she stayed.
And next up, I have Yin Chan number 5, and that's simply because Humans didn't stay in their place, and it was the same situation with Juan, except though Yang Chen was dealing with situations that was kind of unavoidable because a lot of the humans kept messing with spirits, going against their word that was promised to said spirits. Yeah, Yang Chen made some promises with some spirits, but she didn't think the humans would break it so dang fast. Or she would come into a situation where a spirit is crashing out and then she got to figure out how to solve the problem immediately. It's like one of those situations where it's like, yo, that was unavoidable and I had to solve the problem immediately. But other than that, her time period really wasn't that bad. She still had to deal with a whole lot of diplomat stuff here and there, but some of her situations were avoidable, like unavoidable. So that's why she's ranked like that. And granted, I do know she lived a long life too, but she had to deal with a lot of stuff herself. And her situations were definitely unavoidable in comparison to some of the people previous. And I do know what I said in regards to Avatar Kuruk, but he had an unavoidable situation. Because yes, his life was extremely peaceful, like a good majority of his time being alive. But Ko just came and messed everything up, and then that ended up being a rabbit hole into just chaos and destruction and fighting. And that's the reason that he died the way that he died. But let's not call a spade a spade. We know that when he went down fighting. He took a lot of spirits down with him and weakened Father Glowworm. He didn't go down like no punk now. He was dragged into a situation that was unavoidable. 100%. It was unavoidable because who would expect that Ko just come in and steal his white face? Like, well, lover, because they was about to get married in that whole situation. But you know what I mean. The spirit world is scared of this man.
Scoreboard! Scoreboard! That guy, I kill him. He cried like a pig.
Coming in at number 7 is Avatar Aang with the least peaceful Avatar era. Just least peaceful. That's probably why he died young. Because he was born into a situation that started because his past life couldn't take down his best friend. When Roku died, that's when Aang, born. So you're like, oh crap. Aang is just getting ready to be like eradicated. Because this dude is cooking up diabolical plans to wipe out an entire nation. And then when he finally acts on it, Aang gets the heads up early that he's the Avatar and say, yo, no more kid games. Like, you had 11 years to have fun, be a kid. Now it's about to get real. Get ready to square up and fight.
All my life I had to fight.
And right after the war ended, he still had to do with multiple levels of BS, including more bloodbenders and all that other stuff. So least peaceful Avatar era.
Hello, Zuko here.
And if you like that video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also let me know what you think the next video should be based off of. Because like I say at the end of all my videos, I read every comment and I make sure that y'all are heard. Because I'm trying to get to 50K by the end of the year, I would love to have your support and hear more about your ideas. I hope you're able to apply these words in your everyday life. And Lily, thanks for watching. Oh, and a reminder, drink water.
Perfection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love